just wanna be, I just wanna be successful. What's good, y'all? We were talking about, I just wanna be successful. I just want a good life. I have a young lady that I'm working with, and I asked her, I was just like, well, what do you want out of life? And she was just like, I want a career, start my business, and I just want to have a good life. I said, the good life better than the life I lived when I thought that I was gonna go crazy. And now my grandmama ain't the only one calling me baby. I was like, sis, what's a good life? Because my definition of a good life is different than your definition of a good life. And then Teacher Taylor had to enter the chat. I know it's probably backwards for y'all, but gets the gist. Oh yeah, I'm LoneeAppleton. I am a healthy family advocate, coach, and author. I'm here on Beyonce's internets, helping people deconstruct and reconstruct their lives so they can get their life and live their best life. So here we go. This young lady I talked to, I was just like, well, what exactly is a good life? We have to understand, I did 3, so we didn't have 2. We have to understand, if we are out here trying to hit a target and we don't actually tell our arrow, don't know where my marker went, but we don't actually tell our arrow where to hit. Our arrow's gonna hit anywhere but our desired target until we identify what that target is. And we understand within Christ Jesus, I'm gonna say that mockingly, just like I used to say God before I got comfortable saying God. But when we move within our God consciousness, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, gotta be very specific because there's multiple gods out there. But when we are moving within that God energy, God is going to grant us our heart's desires. But if we don't know what our heart's desires are because we just want a good life, God can never help us actually hit that target. So we have to understand, when we are ambiguous, God moves with ambiguity. And we can't now look at God and say, God, how come you didn't move for me? God told you I wanted a good life. God was like, I really didn't have any way to move. You didn't give me a target. I watched a young man's video the other day when he was talking about, calling demons out by name, prayer, being intentional. He said, we out here like a sniper with a rifle. You got to call him out. And as soon as you give it a name, God knows the energetic world, the spirit worlds. This is my target. Sniper focus. What exactly is a good life? So now we're going to take the ambiguity of a good life and we're going to say, well, I don't know. I know that I want to be successful. I know that I want financial freedom. I know I want stable living. I know I want a family. I know I want my health. I know I want a career. I know I want my relationships to be good, Okay, so boom. So now we take that and we take the word successful at our present state, because the young lady that I'm talking to, she is of younger age, so she may not know what success is, but if she can tap into her desires of her heart, because God knows, but God can't give us. Something that I told Adoy the other day is, I'm going to be what I've known since I came to this earth to become. I'm her already, but the her in the life that I'm calling into me in my present state, if God were to give me her, she would destroy me because I'm not ready for her. But I know her, if that makes sense, right? If you think about the version of you that you are, if you would have became that from the moment you conceptualize it to conceptualization, boom, implementation, and you had no build up to that, that's why you see all these celebrities going into drugs, alcohol, all this addiction, sex addiction, corn addiction, all these different things, because they go from here to here, and they didn't go through God. They went through other means. And so when they go from here to here through God, it's a developmental process so that you're ready for when it hits. So when you go from here to here through other means, you are not developed into it, and it destroys you. But we have to know, in our current state, we have to develop what successful looks like for us. And we don't have to go so far into the future. Just what does successful look like from today, the way that I'm moving, what does success look like from there? Financial freedom. Maybe it's just I need to get my first job and I need to figure out how to, save my money, because I see everybody around me robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's not what I want for myself. So we do not move in fear energy. This is not what I want. We move in progressive growth energy. This is what I want. So what does financial freedom look like? It's not, I don't want to struggle. It's, I want to have enough money to not only pay my bills, but to help others pay their money. Because when you're helping others, you always got more than enough for yourself. Do you understand how looking out for others is always beneficial to you? What does stable living look like? Dig into that. We can always stop here. This is what school teaches us. School teaches us just to give us the right answer. What we need to know is there's no right answer. It's just a starting point. So what does stable living look like? What does your family look like? You know, is your spouse loving? Is your spouse a hard worker? Is your spouse, you know, how do they divide their time? You know, your children, do you have a combative relationship with your children? Are they loving? Do you grow into each other? Develop these relationships. Because what happens is, for health, I want to be healthy. I want to be fully functioning and moving to the day God takes me off of this earth, or the day I decide to leave this earth, because that's what I want. I want to decide when I'm ready to go. And I want to be cognitively 100%, physically 100%, eyes 100%, speech 100%. If I identify that this is my target, this is my goal, guess how I'm going to start living today? Am I going to continue to move in self-destruction? Or because God has given me the desires of my heart, I'm going to start moving real different today to make sure I'm ready for tomorrow. If I want to be successful tomorrow, I'm going to start moving different today. If I want financial freedom tomorrow, I'm going to start moving different today. Stable living, family, health, career. I just want to work for myself. I want to use my gifts of the Spirit and my talents and what I've came to this earth equipped with. I want to utilize that to make money, and not just make money, generational wealth. Wealth to where my family will never have to worry about money again. A career that I can transfer to my next generations so that they will never have to worry about whatever the energetic vibration of acquisition is in the world that exists. As long as my family exists in this present physical plane, I need to make that guwap for generations to come. What do my friendships look like? What do my relationships look like? So we can go here, or we can say, we started with the good life. Okay, what does a good life look like? I want to be successful. All these things. Okay, now we're going to say successful. Let's break that down. Let's break down financial freedom. And every time we come up with a new word, we now eat into that word and dig into that word. And then, you know, career. I want to work for myself. I want to use my gifts of the Spirit. Okay, next question is, what are your gifts of the Spirit? My gifts of the Spirit is a teacher. I'm here to teach. I'm here to heal. I'm here to transcend, help people transcend into their God divinity. Okay, so now that's as far as I potentially can take it in the minute and a half I have left. So with that, I'm going to give that to God, because that is now my present target. That is now my heart's desire. And now God got something to work with. Do you understand? We don't have to have all the answers. How and when is up to them. It is for us to be in gratitude. So we have to understand, if we just put something out there, a good life, if we just put a good life out here, we don't know what that means. Especially if our good life is based off of what the world tells us a good life is. Kanye, I wonder if he thinks he has a good life. Was he specific? We don't know. But I want to say, if we just say good life and God gives us our heart's desires, but we didn't put no thoughts into that, we just know a good life based off of this physical world. Meanwhile, we're saying that we walk with God. When God gives us what God knows is what we need, and it's not what we thought we needed, is it truly a good life? So we got to get into partnership with our divinity. And that's what I mean when I say, what do you want, friend? Get real specific. Because God can't work in ambiguity. You can't align with God in ambiguity. Y'all got a partner. And in that, when God brings you that which you desire, you understand exactly what it is, because it's a step-up process. You ain't just going to, boom, pop into it. It's going to be some steps, and some of them steps going to be rocky. Life ain't been no crystal stair. And you got to be ready for that. Are you ready?